good.
Hello.
Don't say that to me.
I want her to say over something because I knew it would say something.
I'm not going into that one. Once they have sorted out that looking for that.
Yeah.
It's a coach is actually assisting us.
You can talk to me. I'm going into a presentation, but you can talk to me quickly. Hold on a second. I'm just going to step out.
No problem.
Are you the senior field worker? Are you the field worker of the PTO? Then Nola? No. Nola, when they are done, maybe you can move better because there is a point.
I think we must both
Let me
go.
search. Let me check if I got it. Email I just get.
Then
We're going to be busy here until 6 o'clock.
then maybe we can just
Let's just go through the foundations. Because Linda's got the report already.
Yes, correct.
So we just do the recommendations.
Come now.
Can I move or not? Nola? I move or not?
Leadership.
Oh, there's the thing that I've been looking for so long.
The network is
Can you hotspot me? Can I hotspot you? How much I hotspot you? What is that one?
activate hotspot on the phone. I
Explain to the woman.
I'll call him right away.
No, but
Yeah, you pen your
I
mipu
suspect
guys.
other
My
things.
pet
I'm listening to that stuff.
some of the issues.
It hasn't come through yet though.
Yeah, but I didn't touch my phone.
No, I'm saying through email.
Because I'm not going to hotspot you with my phone. I'm hotspot you with the work phone.
Yes, that's what I
That's what I know.
Customer, I think I have to see airline ticket. Might go to the department. I will just the check. Someone said I must get some name medication about the money.
Facebook it's a cream cover the things away from payment due technical payment due
But it's coming
Yeah, it is.
what can I pay arthritis
once you use that medication, put your
Yeah, no, don't be like that. It's right.
but you could
Just like right thing. Where are we now? This woman can have many demands.
into eyayiphethe umntu esendlini usithelo wasekhayiphethe bangayiboni kodwa ndathenga laa nto yasekhemest asekhemest yakhona post office opposite ne-post office khona eza khemest akuthi hayi babanika nto kodwa ke bona ba-advertise appointment uyayigcoba ngesuku yabo imphumela lakho liyanyamalala but bathe bayalenza bathe yi-arthritis hayi bathe yi-arthritis mawusenseleyanto uzothi bathe uzothatha
This is what
That dog is usually part of our
But in age,
No, it's not true. It's never a dog. Oh, there was one. This one is coming very late. He's coming very late.
akafana lamntu wakwa-DPSA
Suddenly the old news guy. Yeah, WhatsApp is quicker.
useyinamba then useyinamba
Oh. Oh. Do you have everything? You do have everything.
That's okay. Oh man.
kodwa kwasisinisonto lakuyabatha angabi nayo idate ephokale by-election ingangenzi second Month 22nd leyo mgqwelo lo hayi ayikho le program
So you never hear miss.
ayizuba khona xa engayazi
Between you two.
hayi ayikho ngoba na-next week we-29 ayizuba khona ngoba unomngqesho bani
Ngikuthabile kunene.
hayi bona
Sasivana kanjani nalomfana?
kwenzekeni kulo mntu edutyulile
Uloyise.
uloyise
Unkosi.
He was canvassing people to move away from the railway. When I come on myself in my campus railway. Because the class has been ready with the trains. The center line has been open, but you can't go over from Yanga towards Kailech. So those people in Philip, they built in between Yanga and Kailech. They built right in there. So trains can't move.
On the line.
So yeah, on the line. They've even built concrete structures. So what he was trying to get them to do is to move away from the building so that the Iran can be able
They are
to
also
open.
going to
They are
benefit.
also going to benefit. I'm shy.
uyicancela no
Look, he's always been a community activist.
We're
Never placed him
community
anywhere,
activists,
yes.
yeah, and I
So he was
open
addressing,
activities.
yes, he was blogging, and there's a whole business going on there now. There's taxis that are taking place there. There's everything. It's now a community on the railway.
Oh man,
So he was
Lois.
addressing the community yesterday in the morning. I'm sure
Huh?
Yena, he was
But-
he had
but-
partnered with Trust because Trust has been canvassing for people to move. Because Trust has been ready with the trains.
And you know, with whatever, controversial as he is, but he had the best interest of the people. Jonga, my late brother, they, mostly he was in the taxi industry, bus. So they would come here, and then Babene challenges with the local, they would go to Loiso. Loiso says, no, this person, this person, this person. Jonga, oh, father, was it? Where was Loiso got that?
So he was trying to assist because Kailicha, during the whole riot, they committees Kailicha protected the station.
Oh,
They vandalized because they still want trains.
yeah,
Now you
yeah.
can't have trains.
And the reality is that Aban Basanyanga, they are going to say tomorrow we want trains.
It's Philippe, that's the problem.
Mm.
They've been wanting trains, but they built on the railway line. And how long is it going to take? Even if they move,
I thought that maybe he died for some and he died for a good cause.
Jordan Fellon Bees,
Oh, it had the delays. That one is a fourth.
look, there's also a view that he may have been paid with
So can
No, but long as you want to think
he was floating.
yeah,
That one will float. He was now with this green thing. What is yes. Yes, he was like he recently appeared on the
interviews, yeah.
social media. Yeah, it was
not for the job.
Now, ufuna ngomhlazane xasha ke ngesithupha ndathi andizunikeza abantu imali asinayo imali yabo
Okay.
mna sesendixakekile umjobela yelo
I'm just trying to ensure that I transfer this presentation to my laptop, my tablet.
going live yet again.
yelo
Can you ask them to speak to the presentation instead of going page by page?
I'll send you the links for the live stream. If you want to post it on it. Maybe you're going to be so happy, right?
Yeah, please.
Okay, welcome back, honorable members and all the teams that we were with in the actual oversight that we have just done. We have received the presentations. I heard that there is a challenge with what the projector and all that. So we have requested that the presentations be sent to us. We will then be using so it's not that we won't be listening, but we'll also be looking at our devices because the presentations are there. So we then, I also understand that much of the presentation, as I indicated earlier on, it's what we have seen. And some of the presentations were done to us as we were walking around. So you may then not read line by line, but talk to the presentation. Then over to the first presenter. Is it going to be you, Andre?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
More presentations. Okay, honorable members, I think as I've introduced myself previously, my name is Andrea Bernatito. My normal responsibility is aquaculture research, but I've stepped into this portfolio while we are appointing a new director for harbour management. The post has been advertised and closed on the 10th of April. So it's a priority. So from my side, if there are certain questions that I'm not able to respond to, I'll take them down and give you formal feedback in that regard. but also to say that there are certain longer-term interventions that need to be driven by the permanent appointment in this portfolio. So I think just the initial one is just a bit of a history. You know, the harbours were developed around 1925 to service the fishing industry primarily, to really build up our fishing resources and take opportunity of that resource from a national perspective. And currently the regulations are stipulated under the Marine Living Resource Act, Act 18 of 1998, which speaks to the proclaimed fishing harbours. I've also got to flag that there's a difference, I think, between proclaimed fishing harbours and harbours in general. Under this act, our department is responsible for the management of the harbours in relation to the fishing activities within those harbours, and it relates to the objective of the act, which is, you know, sustainable management of our fisheries resource, taking opportunity, economic opportunity of the fishing resources, but in a sustainable way, and ensure equitable access to that fishing resource. I think, as our colleagues have indicated, Department of Public Works and Infrastructure is responsible. They're the owners of the property and responsible for the maintenance, repair, and the leasing of the properties in the harbour. So just quickly, under the Act, Section 27, 1 and 2 covers the declaration, proclamation of a fishing harbour or portion of a commercial fishing harbour, and then it looks at determination of fees for the use of those fishing harbours. And then Section 77 speaks to developing of regulations for the administration of the proclaimed fishing harbours. The regulations then, if you look at the Marine Living Resource Act, and I'm not the actual regulations, that's generally kind of covered under Chapter 9, Part 2, talking about Section 88 to 92. It deals with a whole lot of aspects around, and I think what Mr. Kunde has already explained, the mooring of the vessels, access, dry docking, slipping of vessels, all of those aspects. As we discussed, there is a need to amend the Marine Living Resource Act and its regulations, which is in our annual performance plan for this year. I think something to flag in our discussion around harbours, and it's also a big thing that came through during the Pakisa lab around small harbours, is that while the harbours were originally gazetted in terms of fishing activities, you will see as you visit the different harbours, it really is a multi-user platform nowadays. So you've got recreational fishing, you've got commercial fishing, you've got small-scale fishing, but you've also got aquaculture. So if you went to Pepper Bay, you'll see a lot of the aquaculture activity here. That's part of our aquaculture development zone. A lot of those aquaculture facilities then use the harbours as holding facilities for the product before it goes to market, or processing facilities. The fishing companies use it to process their products. Other harbours, you've got restaurants, you've got ecotourism, you've got markets, you've got retailers. So it really is quite a multi-use platform, but also opportunity in terms of growth. And we need to really look at how to manage that from a sustainable perspective, but considering all the different users and revenue generation in the harbours. There are 12 proclaimed fishing harbours. This slide just lists them, and then this also just gives a brief map of those locations. I've already indicated in terms of human resources that we've got a constraint in terms of our permanent capacity for harbour masters, dockers and dock masters. We have brought in some additional capacity, but not at that level through the EPWP contract. And we've noted the comment about the training that harbours, looked at the security requirements. In general, it's a mix between warm body security officials on the ground, but also armed response. So I think the aspect that was being discussed about the monitoring of the camera would then fall to an armed response company to monitor the cameras 24/7. So those are kind of a mixed security solutions. Those specifications were advertised. There was some issue around the procurement, so they're revising it and advertising it again. Currently,